There's a number that grows every single second, and it never ever stops. Right now, it's past $36 trillion, and it's rising as you watch. That's more than $100,000 owed for every single American. Hi friends. Today let's untangle America's national debt start to finish. What it is, how it got so huge, and whether we should actually panic. Let's dig in. First two words. Everyone mixes up deficit and debt. Each year, the government collects taxes, but it spends more than it takes in. That yearly shortfall is called the deficit. Stack up every deficit ever, and that giant mountain is the debt. Here's the catch: we've run a deficit almost every single year for decades. We love what the government buys, but nobody likes paying more taxes. Add wars, recessions, a pandemic, and big spending bills, and the pile explodes under both parties again and again. Picture a household adding to its credit card every year for 40 years straight. So where does all the money actually go? Probably not where you think. The biggest slices are promises to older Americans: retirement and healthcare. Defense is big too, but smaller than those promises, and most of it runs on autopilot spending that Congress barely even votes on. But one slice is now growing faster than all the others. Because debt isn't free, we pay interest on it like a giant national credit card. For years, interest was cheap, then rates jumped and the cost soared. Worse, it compounds. We borrow money just to pay interest on money we already borrowed. Today, interest costs about as much as the entire military. And that money buys us nothing new. It only pays for the past. So, who do we owe? Partly ourselves, partly investors, and partly other countries. Every dollar of interest is a dollar not spent on roads, schools, or defense. And the bill gets passed to the next generation before they're even born. Big government borrowing can push up interest rates on everyone's loans too. The bigger the pile, the less room we have when the next crisis hits. Now here's where people fiercely disagree. One side says it's a ticking time bomb that could spark a real crisis. The other says America borrows in its own dollars, and the alarms have cried wolf for years. Most economists watch the debt against the size of the whole economy, not just the raw number. And by that measure, it's near the highest it has ever been in our history. Even the big credit raters have started to downgrade America. The math to slow it down is simple but brutal: tax more or spend less. Every honest fix touches something: someone loves their benefits or their paycheck. Or grow the economy faster so the debt shrinks right beside it. It's been done before. Not long ago, America actually balanced its books. There's no painless button. Anyone promising one is selling something. But it's our tab and understanding it is the very first payment. The debt clock isn't our destiny. It's a choice we keep making, so let's make it on purpose.